What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Screw Toy action figure review. And the figure here that we'll be looking at today is a very special figure because after delays and delays and delays, he is finally here. He has been my most anticipated figure since it was first announced back in, I don't even remember what, 2020, 2019. I lost track after this figure has been delayed like 30 times. But enough rambling on, let's get a quick look at the Medicom Toys Mafex Avengers Infinity War Doctor Strange. We'll get a quick look here at the packaging and then the figure itself. Now getting a quick look at the packaging, you get the very nice big window here that shows the product here in the center. Some very nice promotional images, Avengers Infinity War, the name of the character, Doctor Strange, Mafex, Medicom Toys, number 152 on the line, the Avengers logo. On top, you get Avengers Infinity War with some very nice galaxy background. On this side, some more promotional images. On the back, some more promotional images and all the accessories that it comes with. On this side, some more promotional images. On the bottom, a whole bunch of other bullshit. Enough about this packaging. Let's crack this bad boy open. Now getting a quick look at all the accessories that Doctor Strange does come with. He does come with a very nice instruction manual. And again, I cannot repeat myself enough to go over this instruction manual, man. You do not want to break your very expensive figure. Love when companies include this. Sometimes you do get companies that don't give you any instructions and you're just kind of left wondering how to put your figure together. But this one, it goes into very, very great details on how to put your figure together, because he does come with a lot of interchangeable parts, man, and a little bit overwhelming with all the accessories that he does come with, but this right here does come in handy. And then you also do get the typical Mafex stand with some of the accessories that have been coming with the most recent figures, like different clamps and the different rods and stuff. So do enjoy that. And then you get the little pamphlet that shows you how to download this app on your phone to scan the holographic stickers on the box of your Mafex figures to show that it is authentic. And the sticker, it's just usually on the side of the figure right there. As you can see, you just scan that and it'll tell you if it's authentic or not. So pretty cool. Now getting a quick look at all the hands that Doctor Strange does come with straight out the packaging. He does come with a set of open, relaxed hands, a set of fists, and unfortunately the fists that came on mine do have a QC issue. There's like a big chunk of plastic missing right there. Don't know how well it's coming off on camera. Right there you can see the big chunk of plastic missing. It is unfortunate as it is a very expensive figure, but thankfully I don't have any plans on having this figure displayed with fists, but yeah, still unfortunate. A set of gripping hands, a set of spell casting hands, another set of spell casting hands, but this time around they do come with a sling ring on them. Some more spell casting hands. He does come with these open, dramatic, splayed out hands, and these are specifically made for these time stone ring effects that wrap around his arm. And these things are really, really cool. They're just a little bit fidgety, so you really do have to play with them quite a bit to get those rings all on at the same time. They do just fit over his fingers very, very well, and these just slide over the hands and onto the forearms, and they are held with tension. So these are very, very cool, man. I really do like these effects quite a bit. He also does come with a set of these fists with peg holes in the center of them, and I'm pretty sure you guys know what these are for. His little shield effects, and they do work the same way as the other time stone effects. He does have these little orange bands that wrap around his wrist, as you can see on the other hand as well. And then these little force field shield things have a little peg that pegs straight into the fist, and I think this is the best executed way to do these force field hands. Marvel Legends, SH Figure Arts has all done it their own way, but this right here looks the best, man. It's pretty much seamless. It looks like it's coming straight out of his fist, and I kind of molded into one big block of plastic. So yeah, I really like this quite a bit. He also does come with a set of these open palmed hands with a peg hole in the center of the hand, and these are specifically made for this effect right here, which I don't remember him using in any of the movies. I'm drawing a blank on what he uses this for. I do like it. The only thing is it's very, very thin. These rods holding these two pieces together is very thin. The peg in the middle is very thin. This middle section right here, very thin. So I feel like I might break it if I push too much or I yank on it too much. So yeah, pretty sure I won't be displaying this figure with this piece because it just looks fragile and I don't want to break it. And he also does come with this very nice effect. I know they're called the bands of something. Can't think of the name on top of my head, but I know he uses them against Thanos in Infinity War. And these things look just amazing, man. Putting them on his arm is a little bit tricky. You have to kind of fiddle with it quite a bit to get it on there just right. But once you do, man, this thing looks amazing. He also does come with this pretty cool sword. Now, Doctor Strange does come with two different Eye of Agamottos. This first one being a collapsed one, and the second one being a open one. Now, Doctor Strange does come with the Cloak of Levitation, and it is removable, and it does plug in into the figure with a peg on the cape and some peg holes on the torso. But then when you do remove the cape, you're left with this huge two holes in the middle of the chest. And the way you fix that is by popping off his head and his neck, popping them off. Well, I don't think you have to pop them off. Let me just pop them off from the waist, and then you remove this little overlay right here. It does just unplug, and then you're left with a bare chest right there. And he does come with another chest overlay that just slides over, pegs in, peg it back in the center, peg it back in right there. Okay, so I'm gonna have to peg him back a little bit later, but you get the idea. You pop the neck back in, and then he does not have peg holes on the center of his chest anymore. Now, my favorite accessory probably out of this whole thing is this. Let me just show y'all. So first thing you do is you unplug this cloak. I would remove the necklace because it dangles everywhere. So on the back, you do get this very nice rubber overlay that it's pretty seamless. You can kind of see it, but it's not too bad. He does come with this picking tool right here. It is just a clear piece of plastic. You kind of shove it down there, and there is a little gap right there that you push, and then the rubber overlay pops out. And then he does come with a different rubber overlay that just plugs into his back fairly well as well, kind of seamless. Make sure it's flush all the way through. There we go. And then you get these right here, which are all the arms that he casts the spell in Infinity War. And you can see that they are held by magnets right there. So you plug it into those peg holes, and it's a little tricky to do behind the camera, so please be patient with me. And they do peg in really nicely. They're secured on there. They're not going anywhere. Put the Cloak of Levitation over him again. And it's kind of tricky to do because the arms kind of get in the way. So you just kind of have to flare out the cape a little bit. Well, I mean the cloak, not the cape. And there we go. Once the cape is on, you can see that the arms kind of come out from the back. And then again, they are held via magnets. So boom, then you get this crazy ass looking thing, man. That is by far one of my favorite accessories ever for any figure. That thing just that thing is just crazy, man. Now the Sorcerer Supreme does come with two different head sculpts. This first one being a very neutral head sculpt, and the second one being a slightly more angry Doctor Strange. And I don't like it too much, man. It doesn't really look like him. It looks a little too cartoony, a little too animated. I really prefer the neutral one. That one kind of looks a lot more like him. This one, I don't know what it is. I think it might be the eyes. They kind of make him look a little bit anime-ish in a way. If that makes any sense. But yeah, not a big fan of those eyes and this head sculpt. And here we have Doctor Strange himself. And this figure's pretty good, man. I really like it quite a bit. The likeness on Benedict Cumberbatch is pretty much there. Again, the second head sculpt, the slightly angrier one, doesn't really do it for me though. Overall, this figure is filled with paint, filled with detail, and I love it. I mean, just the cloak itself, I'm plugging it from the body real quick. I mean, look at that, man. That is that is amazing. The little clasp right there on the collar, very nicely done. Very nice gold on them. The back of it, I mean, come on, man. Everywhere you look at this thing, it has details. Look at that. Yeah, man, this thing goes crazy. And it does have a bandy wire running down here on the side, all the way through the back, and all the way around. So very nicely done by Medicom. And then getting a look at Strange himself. He is a little bit limited to what he can do just because of the design of the costume. But again, looking at him, he has a whole bunch of details too. Getting a close-up look here at the light blue area. It does look nice. The forearms, you get all those bands and wraps nicely painted. You get silver here, different shades of brown right there. I don't know how well it's coming off on camera, but that is different colors of brown right there. Some silver punched in. The sling rings right there. On the back, they don't skimp out on any of that paint. Moving down to the skirt, it is a soft rubbery piece. And then looking at his legs, they're pretty plain. The boots, get the baby blue and a darker brown. Yeah, man, pretty great figure. Not much more that I could really say. The accessories are pretty great. He does have this seam running through the back where you can untap that and put the other arms onto it. But yeah, pretty solid figure. A couple things that I do have to complain about though. Wasn't a big fan of that fist being, missing a big chunk of plastic. If I could find it real quick. As you can see, where is it? Right there. I don't know how well it's coming off. There's just like a big piece of plastic missing on that fist, which is a little bit unfortunate because again, this figure is very expensive. And then the reason he's wearing the open Eye of Agamotto right now is because this Eye of Agamotto broke. So that was a little bit unfortunate. This is a bendy wire all throughout the little piece of plastic, and that's what it is. It's very, very thin piece of plastic with a very, very thin wire running through it. And it just kept coming out of the eye right there, so I had to super glue it. And as you can see, it got a little bit sloppy, which again, a little bit unfortunate. It seems to be holding right now, but I don't want to really yank on it anymore. I'm going to hit up Ami and see if they can replace that piece and those fists, which again are very, very minor. Well, the Eye of Agamotto a little bit more bigger situation, but very minor little QC issues. Other than that, this figure's pretty great, man. I haven't really played around with him too much, but the things that I have messed around with him are pretty great. Yeah, very solid figure. Definitely the definitive version of Doctor Strange from Infinity War and Endgame. So it's gonna very nice figure. It's gonna go very well in my Endgame and Infinity War display. But now let's get a quick look at articulation, then we'll get some size comparisons. For articulation, again, this figure is hindered just because of the design of the costume, but he does have a dumbbell joint and a separate neck piece, and with those two together, he can look up a decent amount. He can look down a little bit further. He does have a ball joint at the waist, and he can crunch this much forward, not much back. He does have a butterfly joint right there, shifts that much back, that much forward. He does have a ball joint at the shoulder, but no upper bicep swivel, sorry. That, goes right there, because then it would have broken up that very nice sculpt. He does have single jointed elbows that bend in just about 90, and they do swivel and rotate, so that is nice. He does have hands that hinge up and down and side to side, depending on how you have that ball joint configured. He does have upper thigh shifting. He does have double jointed knees, as you can see there. And then he does have a hinge on his foot that hinges this much forward, that much back, and he does have great ankle pivot with toe articulation. Now getting a quick look at some size comparisons. Here we have Doctor Strange next to, we're using our made-up names. Here we have him next to the Mafex Iron Spider from Infinity War. No, actually this one's the Endgame version. And I wish I loved this figure a lot more, but he also came defective. As you can see, the chest right there has a big old gap in it where the mold didn't completely finish. So this one would be one of my favorites in my collection, but this really holds it back from being one of my favorites. Just a little side rant for y'all. Here he is next to the Infinity War Mafex Captain America, the Mafex Endgame Thor, the Mafex Infinity War Black Panther, the Mafex Mark 85 Iron Man, the Mafex Endgame Captain America, and last but not least, here we have him next to the Marvel Legends Thanos. And there you have it, a pretty solid offering by Medicom Toys. they've been killing it this year, man. We've gotten Endgame Captain America, Mark 85 Iron Man, Doctor Strange. We've got an Endgame Thor. They're just releasing banger after banger after banger, and I hope they keep doing it, man. Next up, I think we have Captain Marvel from Endgame, and who else? I think Mark 50s is scheduled to release this year. Who am I missing? I know I'm missing a couple other ones. I know they have a few more MCU figures to release this year, and I'm ready. I'm ready for all of it, man. So keep them coming. Keep on releasing the bangers, man. A couple QC issues on this figure that held it back just a little bit, but nothing too bad. Overall, a very solid figure. Recommend picking it up if you can find it for retail. But yeah, man, unfortunately, I won't be able to do any pictures for this figure. I'm running on a very, very tight schedule. If you didn't hear me, kind of just training through this review, man. I've been trying to release as much content as I can for y'all. I've been very, very busy these last couple of months. So trying my best, but hopefully y'all do enjoy. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And if you want to become a channel member, man, go ahead and become a channel member. I'll try to do a little bit more channel member content in the near future. Again, just my schedule right now is really, really congested. But yeah, man, thank y'all for viewing. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for stopping by. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.